Hey all, Mr. Kelly here. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing sunglasses indoors, well, me too. I have no idea why either. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. No circuits this time. Instead, we're going to learn a little bit about probability using Blackjack. You versus the dealer, get as close to 21 as possible without going over. Let's go.
We've definitely all been there. We're trying to do well in a game, only to lose and get frustrated, maybe throw a fit, the usual. Well, I'm here to help you see just how we can determine the odds of winning or losing using math. So as most of us know, in a standard deck, there are 4 suits of cards with 13 cards each, totaling 52 cards. Now in Blackjack, each card has a value. The values of 2 through 9 are pretty obvious, but the 10 and the Royal cards are all valued at 10. The ace is unique in that it can be valued as a 1 or an 11, depending on your hand. An ace can be valued as 11 if it would not make your total go over 21. This is known as soft. If the hand would go over 21, the ace is valued as a 1 and the hand is hard. When it comes to the game itself, the player or players always go first, and the dealer's first card is hidden. Once all players have either stopped taking cards or gone over 21, the dealer reveals their hand and does the same. Now there are 5 outcomes in the game. Win and lose are self-explanatory, have a higher or lower hand than the dealer. Push is a tie in scores. Bust is when your total goes over 21 and is an automatic loss. Finally, the titular Blackjack, when your first 2 cards are an ace and a 10 or royal, usually an automatic win.
Now just a few notes. The dealer will typically have a value where they won't hit or take cards anymore. Usually that number is 17. Additionally, if both the player and the dealer get Blackjack, the result is a push. If the dealer busts, but the player doesn't, the player wins. However, if the player does bust, they lose regardless if the dealer also busts.
Now for a little simulation. Here we have a one-on-one game. Let's see if we can tell if we should take a card or not. With 4 cards on the table, there are 48 cards left in the deck. Our hand is a soft 15, so busting here is impossible. We can safely hit. Now with the queen adding 10, our soft hand would be 25, so now we have a hard 15 instead. In this case, a 7 or higher busts. Now there are 47 cards in the deck, and we exclude the dealer's hidden card in the deck total, but include it in the possible cards because we are unsure of its value, giving us a roughly 57% chance to bust. A little risky, and some may stop here in the hopes that the dealer busts, but let's see what we get. Okay, with the 3, we are now at 18. Anything 4 or higher busts, and with 46 cards in the deck, our bust chances are around 80%. It's very risky to hit from here, and an 18 is usually a pretty good hand, but sometimes going for it may be worthwhile. You never know, just keep the odds in mind whenever you go forward.
Now you know how probability works with one deck Blackjack, but what about with more decks? Some games use 2, some 3, and some 4, some even more. As an exercise, think about how the probabilities will change when you add more decks to your games. Now, if excuse me, I need to go play 210 card pickup. I have made a mistake.